Yeah, it's about vanity today. Today we're going to discuss what it is to have good looks, and good looks. For this, we transport ourselves to 19th century Europe, London, and to the aristocratic classes. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kayan Dadyburjor. Welcome to Books and Breakdowns Season 2. We're doing Women in Classical Literature. If you enjoy reading, want to get into reading, just want to know what reading and thinking is like, then this channel is for you. To tell you a little bit about this book, without spoilers, I think Oscar Wilde himself sums it up towards the latter end of the book, which is what would a person do if he were to profit from everything the world had to offer, but in return had to give up his soul. That is how I would pose the plot of this book to you. If this feels like too much, if this feels like too much philosophy, too much thinking, too unnecessary, this book is not for you. But if you do enjoy thinking, reading, idea, then this book is stunning. This book is basically about this character Dorian Gray, who has impeccable looks. Like, he is the epitome of this sort of almost like a Greek god, a modern Greek god, what we refer to as a Greek god. So this book is basically about this Dorian Gray who goes to get his portrait done, and he's young, in the prime of his time, looks amazing. And there's this other dude over there who comes in and has this lot of like this uncle, okay, but kind of just praises Dorian and goes like, oh my god, you have no idea the power you possess, the beauty you possess, and it's so sad that one day you will lose all of this. You're going to lose all your looks, you're going to lose the charm you have, blah blah. They talk a lot. Everyone in this book talks a lot. Like, they will not answer in one-liners. Everyone will answer like pages ma. Oh, my Gujarati came out. He says all of this, and he kind of puts this fear in Dorian about losing youth and losing beauty. And when he stares at the portrait that's ready, Dorian sort of says this twice. He looks at the portrait and says, if only I remain young and the portrait grow old. For that, I would give anything. I would give my soul. Oscar Wilde does not use these terms lightly. He is someone, even as you read the book, I would just urge you to continue reading and give it at least 100 pages before giving up, because the book does not move fast in a plot sense manner. It's a brilliant plot, but the plot comes in much later. Like, it unfolds much later. What I would tell you to do is just trust Oscar Wilde and me, since I'm recommending this book to you. This book delivers. It delivers slowly, but I think what I really, really like about this book is that every time I pick it up, I always end up discovering something new about myself or about the world that, all of us live in. It's almost like this book is like this secret book for me, which I need to go back to constantly to find something new about myself or the world that I live in. Now I'm going to tell you why it is my favorite classic. To begin with, it's Oscar Wilde's prose. One of the really cool things about this book is that it has some banging one-liners. It really does. Wilde sort of just drops these one-liners that just stay with you and that you can sit with maybe for the rest of your life. It has been said that the great events of the world take place in the brain. It is in the brain, and the brain only, that the great sins of the world take place also. Children begin by loving their parents. As they grow older, they judge them. Sometimes they forgive them. That's heavy shit. And it's just said and then it just moves on. There's not enough time spent on it. There is a luxury in self-reproach. When we blame ourselves, we feel that no one else has a right to blame us. It is the confession, not the priest, that gives us absolution. The aim of life is self-development. To realize one's nature perfectly, that is what each of us is here for. People are afraid of themselves nowadays. They have forgotten the highest of all duties, the duty that one owes to oneself. Of course they are charitable. They feed the hungry and clothe the beggar, but their own souls starve and are naked. Courage has gone out of race. Perhaps we never really had it. The terror of society, which is the basis of morals, the terror of God, which is the secret of religion, these are the two things that govern us. There's a lot that sort of, in terms of philosophy, keeps taking place in this book. This book sort of really has layers and layers of thought, and that is something that I am not fully able to grasp. I feel like he's put in so much effort into every sentence, every word. And there are like different schools of thought, and there's this debate that constantly goes on about morality and society and politics. Also, this book talks a lot about art, which I really enjoy, and philosophy and art, which again I really, really enjoy. That is the last reason why it is my favorite classic, and for that, I'm going to read out to you the preface of this book. It's stunning. It's stunning, stunning, stunning. It's like chef's kiss. The artist is the creator of beautiful things. To reveal art and conceal the artist is art's aim. The critic is he who can translate into another manner or a new material his impression of beautiful things. The highest, as the lowest form of criticism, is a mode of autobiography. No artist desires to prove anything. Even things that are true can be proved. No artist has ethical sympathies. An ethical sympathy in an artist is an unpardonable mannerism of style. No artist is ever morbid. The artist can express everything. Thought and language are to the artist instruments of an art. Vice and virtue are to the artist materials for an art. All art is at once surface and symbol. Those who go beneath the surface do so at their own peril. Those who read the symbol do so at their peril. It is the spectator, not life, that art really mirrors. And the end. All art is quite useless. Bang! I now actually want to move forward to talking about a segment of this season, which is women in classical literature. And in the picture of Dorian Gray, in all honesty, there isn't much to talk about. Women are more or less background characters in this novel. They don't really think much for themselves. They are mainly kept for marriage, and don't know if that's intentional to say display that men had the power back then and women did not, or maybe Wilde was just patriarchal as well. So for me, this book sort of reveals different parts of me every time I read it. I said it in the beginning of this video, and I stand by it. When I read it initially, I read it at a distance, which was more of, oh, that's happening to them. I think the second time I read it, I related to parts of it. The desire to want fame, the desire to want money, the desire to see things in a certain manner, the desire to create. To conclude, this book is a stunning classic that is almost like a painting that is going to constantly reveal something new to you about yourself or the world around you. And if you do read this book, or if you have read this book and want to discuss it or give your opinion on it, or do like, share and subscribe, please. Thank you. I shall see you in 2 weeks with a new classic and women in classics. Thank you.